If you're thinking of doing a Spanish school here in Lake Atitlan, it's an absolutely beautiful place that you can learn Spanish. So wanted to just make a quick video showing you kind of what you can expect and what the schools here look like, and yeah, just what an overall day in the life or the experience is here learning Spanish at Lake Atitlan. All right, walking to my school this morning now. So there's a couple of different schools here. There's that one, Lake Atitlan Spanish School. That one was all booked up when I booked. So I'm here at Cultural Spanish School. And then the classroom is just like absolutely beautiful. Like, take a look at where we're walking into right now. It's just like a huge grass garden. Hola, buenos días, Luis. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, todo bien. Gracias. All right, that's like the head of the school person. So we're going to go meet Henry, my teacher. But just check out like how beautiful this garden area is. Hola, buenos días, Henry.
Buenos días, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Todo bien.
Bueno, ¿está bien si yo recordar un poco de clase hoy?
¿Cómo?
¿Está bien si yo recordar un poco de clase hoy por un video?
Claro.
¿Sí?
¿Grabar?
¿Grabar?
Sí, se llama grabar.
¿Grabar? Ok.
Ok, claro que sí.
Sí, bueno. Yeah, so school has like a bunch of these little huts that we can go to, and so each one is one-on-one learning, and we're gonna go down to the bottom and get a nice view of the lake while we learn. So, all right, so this is where our lesson's gonna be. We got a nice whiteboard, and then just check out the view that you can see right from class. Like, honestly, it's incredible. It doesn't get better than this. All right, I'm late today though, so gotta get to class.
Ok, ¿tú recuerdas entonces o sabes un poco los tiempos perfectos?
Sí.
Ok. Los tiempos perfectos tienen como auxiliar el verbo haber, que es preguntas con el sentido de alguna vez. Ok. Ejemplos. ¿Has ido a Ecuador alguna vez? 2. ¿Has leído este libro?
La cena ayer, o yo he cenado ayer. Yo he comido la cena ayer.
Yo he cenado, es mejor.
Ok, yo he cenado. Yo nunca he puesto. No, sí.
Poder.
Pues, sí.
No, es
un
verbo regular. Es un
okay,
verbo normal.
Ok, sí. Yo nunca he podido salir a tiempo. Ella no me ha dicho toda la verdad. Y usted nunca ¿es irregular? No, asisto a las clases por la tarde.
No. ¿Cuántas veces has viajado solo?
Yo he viajado solo muchas veces, más que 10, porque yo All right, we're on break time now, so usually every day or every class we'll have a little bit of a break somewhere in between, because it's, depending on the school, it'll either be 3 or 4 hours of studying, so you'll have either like a 20 to 30 minute break sometime in between that time. And my teacher just brought me a little snack, gave me a little sandwich to eat. So now I get to enjoy the sandwich with this like, incredible view of the lake. So this is like, if you're gonna study Spanish, you might as well do it somewhere that's like, absolutely gorgeous and you get food. So I'm gonna eat my sandwich and then have another hour of lessons, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on whether or not I think you should study here in Lake Atitlan or Antigua, or what my experience has been with a host family and what I recommend for you in just a second here. So I just finished up my last class here at Lake Atitlan in the Cultural Spanish Academy, or Cultural Spanish School, and I wanted to give you some thoughts about my whole experience on studying Spanish here in Guatemala and what you can expect if you were to do something similar. So I've studied for 3 weeks in Guatemala now, so 2 weeks at 2 different schools in Antigua, and then 1 week here on Lake Atitlan. And the whole immersion program itself definitely does help you learn Spanish a lot. Like, I feel like my Spanish is so much better than it was just 3 weeks ago when I was here. And I had like some background, but was by no means as good as I am right now. So you do definitely learn a lot going one-on-one with these teachers here, and really help step up your Spanish game. So that's another reason why I chose Guatemala over some other language schools or other locations, is most of the schools here are one-on-one for cheaper than other countries. So if you can get that, then your Spanish is going to be so much better than in a group setting, because it really forces you to actually learn and practice and actually have conversations with your teacher. So I forget the exact price of this school, but on average it was like $110 US for 15 to 20 hours of classes a week, so 5 days a week, 3 to 4 hours a day. And then if you want to do the homestay on top of that, so stay with a local Guatemalan family, that's like another $120, and that includes 3 meals a day and lodging for the whole week. So for $250 a week, you can get like full lodging with a local Guatemalan family with all of your food and Spanish classes. Is kind of a deal that's hard to pass up. And so I did the homestay in Antigua, and then here at the lake I actually stayed at a hostel instead, because I wanted to change up the experience a little bit and meet other people to do lake activities with, because there's a ton of activities to do here on the lake. And so with that, I would say if your goal is to learn Spanish, definitely do the homestay, because I found myself speaking a lot of English here at Lake Atitlan, because I was in the hostel and most people spoke English there. But in the homestay, it was like only Spanish. So I basically only spoke Spanish for 2 weeks, and that helped incredibly with just like actually only speaking Spanish and getting the practice in. Also, Guatemala is just like a beautiful country with tons of things to do, so it's absolutely worth it if you're thinking of going to a Spanish school. Lake Antigua and Lake Atitlan are really good areas. Antigua has a lot of really cool things to do. It's like a beautiful historic city, and you can take a trip to the lake for a week or so if you want to, or you can just study at the lake and do things you want. So the cities are smaller on the lake, so there is less to do city-wise, but you can take a boat or a boat shuttle between all the places or all the different cities on the lake, and there's like cliff jumping, little shops. There is a bigger town, Guatemala, like on the other side of the lake. I'm studying in San Pedro right now because that's where most of the schools are, so most of them are either in San Pedro or Panajachel. But it's been a really good experience. There's like boat parties and things you can do if you're into that. But yeah, so it's really whatever you want to make it. I do think if your goal is to learn Spanish, do a homestay and do the one-on-one classes is going to be the best way to learn. And yeah, so the way that it kind of works is at the beginning of the class, you meet with your teacher, your one-on-one teacher, and at the end of the week, if you don't like your teacher, you are able to switch up and ask for a different teacher as well. But I loved all of mine, so I didn't have that problem or didn't need to ask for a new teacher or anything. But at the beginning of the week, your teacher will ask you what things you want to know or what things you want to learn, and kind of evaluate what Spanish level you're at and how good you are. And then from there, you can you just kind of start and jump right into it. So for me, I already had some basis of Spanish because I took it in high school and listened to Spanish music for more so practice. And so I basically said I want to get better at conversations and like having like daily kind of conversations, just being able to speak to people and understand what's going on. And so my classes every day were pretty much just conversations about random topics. And then when we found something that I needed some more work on, then we would do like a worksheet, or no worksheet, we would have like go over like a lesson like in depth on that tense. Like I needed more practice with preterite versus imperfecto and like the subjunctive tense or subjunctive mood, whatever you want to call it, and stuff like that. So with that, once we find something that's like, okay, we need a little more practice on that, then we'll like dive into that topic a little bit more. So that's kind of how it worked for me, but they'll cater to anybody at any kind of Spanish level. So if you are thinking of doing it, you don't have to like know any Spanish or know anything for it. They'll cater it to you. But if you want some more practice before you go, you can do like I recommend Lingoda over the apps like Duolingo or Babbel. Like those work pretty well, but I just feel like actually speaking to a person and having an actual lesson or a class where you're talking to somebody is
better for learning than just from the app itself, where I'm learning to say, you know, oh, the cow is on fire and it's on Mars. Like, the sentences, like, I just feel like you learn more useless stuff on those apps than you do versus actual, like, Lingoda or, like, talking to somebody who actually speaks the language. So if you want to try Lingoda, I'll put a link in the description if you want for a free trial, if you want to give that a try. But yeah, if it's something you are interested in, immersion is definitely the best way to up your Spanish game, and I 100% recommend Guatemala and these schools in Guatemala to practice and learn. Like, there's so many things to do. You can hike a volcano, you can spend some time at the lake, and the nature is just beautiful here. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. Definitely recommend it. So that's going to be it, wrapping up my experience here learning Spanish in Guatemala. If you have any questions about the experience or how to get started or how to do it yourself or schools I recommend, feel free to leave a comment down in the description and I'll answer it to the best of my abilities. But other than that, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.